I'm going to be your big sister. If you are a woman, you are the prize. Never feel bad for rejecting a man. Hello beautifuls, welcome to my channel, and this is going to be the first episode of Girl Talk 101. So, I'm going to be your big sister. If you don't have a sister, you have one now. If you don't have anyone to talk to, you have someone to talk to now. I'm here to give all the advice, all the sex advice, all the friendship advice, all the school advice, everything. Yes. So yeah, let me connect my mic, and I'm going to be asking some questions that I uploaded onto my Instagram. I asked you guys to basically ask me some questions that you wanted me to answer on my YouTube channel, and I will be answering those today in this video. Okay, so our first question is, hi, I'm currently in a situationship of 1 month, and I don't know how to ask if this is going anywhere and if this will lead to a relationship. Okay, this is actually perfect. I had a situationship in high school. It started from him asking for my Snapchat after English class, and we went on a few dates and talked a lot, but it never actually led to any kind of relationship. Now, the first question you have to ask yourself is, do you want a relationship with this man? If he asked you out right now, would you say yes? Would you be absolutely ecstatic? Would you be able to ignore how long it took him to ask you out? You have to think about all of that. Then if it would make you happy, do you think that he would do it naturally? You don't ever want to get with someone that wouldn't naturally want you to be theirs, that wouldn't naturally ask you out. If you have to ask him, which don't. That's one thing I'm going to say to you girls. Never ask a situationship or a man to ask you out. Never ask to be in the relationship. Never beg, never anything. You are a woman, you are the prize. A man that treats you right, a man that wants to be with you will come. Just be patient for it, girls. Because it will come. I definitely think that if you want to be with him, maybe give it another week. Set a time frame that you're allowing yourself to wait for him to ask you, and if he doesn't, I would say leave. You don't want to waste your time on the wrong man. Next question. When do you know, or how do you know if it's the right person? This is the all-time question of all girlhood. How do I know if he is the one? Is he the one for me? Is this relationship working for me? The biggest thing to go by is, time will tell. If he is the one, you guys will last forever through any argument, through any life circumstance. That obviously means he's the one. But if you don't have time to waste on a man, which most of us don't, most of us do not have just years to waste on a man before finding out if he's the one or not. That's the case for most of us. So if you don't have time to waste, which is the case for most of us, you have to look at the everyday life. Is he the one that you could see being your husband, being the father to your kids? If not, you need to leave him now, because he's not going to change into that. If you have a vision or future of your life that looks different than the life you're currently living with him already, he's not going to change into that vision of, what you see in the future. That's the biggest thing I would say. If he does not fit the future life or vision that you have for yourself, for your life and future, then he's definitely not the one. Question number 3. My friend is in love with me and I feel bad for rejecting him. Never feel bad for rejecting somebody. Never feel bad for feeling the way that you feel, because that's the way that you feel. It's better for you to be 100% honest with someone, telling them that you don't want to be in a relationship with them, than to lie and say that you are into them. You are doing right by him by telling him how you feel. And at this point now, you should have a conversation if you guys are going to continue your friendship. And again, don't feel bad. Never feel bad for rejecting a man. Period. Alright, next question. What birth control should I use? Okay, so this is an interesting conversation, and it's going to look different for every woman. It's literally going to look different for every woman. Nothing is going to work for everyone. It's always case by case. But the best thing that I can say is find something that works for your everyday life. So the first generic go-to is the pill. You have to take it every single day. If you are forgetful, this is not going to be for you because it needs to be consistent. If, you have a hard time swallowing pills, if you can't stick to it being at a specific time every day, I would say that the pill is not going to work for you. And honestly, the pill doesn't work for most women that I know. There's also Depo, the Depo shot that you get every 3 months. If you're afraid of needles, this isn't going to work for you. And if you don't have the time for regular doctor visits, this really is going to work for you. And in my opinion, the Depo has a lot of side effects, and I haven't really met any woman that has been happy with it. But again, the biggest thing is to try everything. Try every option and see what your body likes the most. That's the biggest thing. I've tried everything. I've tried this pill. I've tried Depo. There's also the Nexplanon implant in your arm. I actually currently have that. I've had that for 2 years now. It's amazing. You get the Nexplanon, and depending where you are, which one you get, it lasts for 3 years or 5. And it's in your arm, and it's an active birth control. This is perfect for me, and it could be perfect for you too. I don't have to think about it. I am constantly on birth controllers. It's something for me to forget or miss. I don't have to constantly have doctor's appointments. And honestly, for me, it stopped my period completely. And for almost everyone that has taken it that I know about, it stopped theirs too, which is perfect for me. I personally hate my period. It gets in the way of a lot of things. I never get my period now at all, pretty much. And that's something that works for my lifestyle and that I genuinely want. Now, not everyone wants their period to completely stop, which is understandable. So maybe that's something you might want to veer away from, because I've heard it stops most women's periods. There are also more invasive options that we could definitely talk about, but I think that if you are wondering what birth control you should use, you should stick within these 3. Try the pill first, and then the Depo shot, and then the Nexplanon. From there, if none of those are working for you, then look into the more invasive options. But yeah, next question. Okay. What form of hair removal is the best? Shaving, waxing, Nair, or laser hair removal? This is another question, tried and true, that every girl will eventually face in their life, and that I have definitely faced. I have done everything. I have done shaving, obviously. I've done waxing. I have done Nair. I have had one treatment of laser hair removal. In my opinion, do not waste your hair. Don't waste your money on laser hair removal, because what they don't tell you is it's not a one-time treatment. You will have to do it multiple times. Don't do it. Not unless you have the big bucks, I guess. Because over time it has been proven to thin the hair, and over time, get rid of the hair. But in my opinion, I don't actually think it's that worth it. Waxing. I love waxing. You get waxed. You're hairless for 2 weeks. I've gotten waxed for some trips and some things. I think that waxing is great. It's a great choice of hair removal. Would I do it all the time though? No. I typically only wax in the summer or for trips. I don't personally think it's worth the money and the pain for the average everyday hair removal. So yeah, I wax for the summer and for trips. Next, Nair hair removal, I think is an amazing option. I think that the hair removal creams are perfect. Maybe try one for sensitive skin at first if you don't want to chemically burn yourself. But I love hair removal creams. Right now I use Nair, but there are many other brands that you can try, and you can find a brand that works for you. I use Nair mostly in the winter. And again, I wax in the summer and for trips. I love Nair. So Nair and waxing right now are definitely at the top of the pedestal. And then shaving. Shaving is by far the worst on the list. Leads to a lot of ingrowns, strawberry legs, etc. Kiki's saying hi. Oh, she's so cute. It leads to a lot of issues. You can cut yourself. It is time consuming to shave. And it's definitely hard to get the right angle, to get every hair, to make sure, you're really getting there. And if you don't have 20/20 vision like me, I'm wearing contacts right now, but if you don't have 20/20 vision, it's almost impossible to make sure you're getting all of the hair in the shower because you can't see that well without your glasses on, right? So in general, shaving definitely lower on the list for me, but still over laser hair removal. So yeah, that's my list. Next question. How to tell him I don't want to do something in bed. This question. So consent, your body is a temple. You are a woman, you are beautiful, you are gorgeous, you are sacred. You need to treat your body like the temple that it is. And always remember that, Queen, always. Our bodies are sacred. And men are very lucky if they get the chance to be with you. They're lucky. So remember that always. And if you don't want to be with a man, if you don't want to ruin your temple, if you don't want to allow some dirty, greasy man to violate your space and you need to be clear and strict on that. No means no. Don't be afraid to use no. If a man is approaching you, if a man is, trying to be in your space, if a man wants to have sex with you and you don't want to, say no. No, I'm not interested. Don't be afraid to be blunt because men definitely aren't afraid to make the move. Don't be afraid to say no. That's really all I have to say on that. Okay, next question. This is going to be the last question because I have to do some homework. But let's see what the next question is. How to not care what others think. Okay. This is still something that I am personally even working on, and that honestly you'll find, you'll be working on for the rest of your life, in my opinion. But I used to care so much what others think. I let how others think and what others feel literally shape my entire life and make all of my decisions. But that's definitely not something that you can let happen to you. Life is so short to let it be ruled by other people's choices and decisions and opinions and feelings, and it's too short. Life is too short. It's too short. And I would definitely say the first step to not caring is remember that the opinion that you should care the most about is your own. You are living in your body. You are living within your choices. Your own opinion matters the most, ladies. The most. Don't forget that. The next thing is this person going to be in your life forever? I've let people's opinions affect me that I was in a class with, and I've never seen them again to this day. I've let people's opinions affect me that I had the most brief 5-minute interaction with. I've let friends' opinions affect me that I'm not even friends with them at this moment. Are they a forever person in your life? If not, please just do not care about their opinion. Do not care. Am I saying be rude, be mean, whatever? No, but just don't let their opinion get to you and don't let it change how you're living your life. Period. Next, if the answer to that is if they are a forever person, they're family, they're friends that you genuinely think that you are going to keep in your life until old age, you still cannot let their opinion affect you. If they are that important to you, you should take their opinion into consideration. I listen to my best friends, I listen to my family. Listen to them. Take it into consideration. But it is not their opinion that should rule your life ultimately. Okay, lovelies, that is it for this video. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you liked the video, and stay tuned for some more. I'm definitely going to be doing more of these girl talk type of videos. And have a great day and stay warm if you're, in the northeast coast like me and we're getting a lot of snow. Bye!